Well, hello. Welcome to Fight Week. Does it feel different knowing that you're the main event and the star of the show?
Definitely.
Oh,
eh, eh, ah. So definitely feels a little bit different, feels special, like I think it's the spot that I always wanted to be, the main event, the face of the show. So I think I deserve that spot for the work I've been doing inside the octagon and outside the octagon. I think the UFC got it, and here we are. So definitely feels special. I'm grateful and thankful for the spot.
is there any extra pressure knowing that all eyes are on you this week?
No, every time there was all eyes on me in every fight that I did, there's always pressure when you work in a high-level sport. When you work in this position, there's always pressure on you. So, same pressure as always, but I thrive under pressure. I just rise it, and I know that pressure is a privilege, as I always said. Being in this position is the position that every fighter in the world wants to be. So I'm privileged. So. That's how I feel about pressure.
How different was training for this fight than maybe some of your past fights, or was it different at all?
Oh, definitely a little bit different, because it was 5-round fight, So I came early to Vegas, so I've been here for the past 3 weeks with my team, and definitely pushed the pace a little bit more. Definitely it was a hard camp, but was the best camp of my life, So 5-round fights, I'm ready to go there, push the pace up, and show the work that I've been doing.
What do you think of your opponent?
Oh, Jared, I respect him a lot. I think he's a scary dude, as I said in my interview in the UFC Rio, and I think he's a very experienced guy, very explosive, has power in his hands. He knows how to take the fight where he wants to go, and definitely an experienced guy that faced a lot of tough opponents. So all respect to Jared, but it's my time now.
I'm just curious what your thoughts are on the fight itself. Do you anticipate? I know everybody plans for the full 5 rounds, but do you anticipate having to go the full 5 rounds with him, or do you think this fight will end early?
I think it can go either way. It just depends how prepared he is to the fight, how much he wants, Like at 4 years old, let's see how much he wants to stay in the position that he is, to go again to the belt or something like that. I'm prepared. I work my ass off to this fight, So I think I deserve this victory, and let's just see how he's gonna come, how prepared he's gonna come, and let's see if he can take the 5 rounds with me. I'm gonna push the pace up. I'm gonna make the rhythm high all the time on this fight, and let's see how he behaves on the fight. So it only depends on him now, and if he comes very well prepared, as he always came, I think it's gonna be a great fight. But I'm prepared to knock him out or finish him because I have the ground game and he doesn't have that much. So. Let's see how Jared comes.
I'm curious if you could tell me what you thought of the UFC 305 main event.
It's crazy, this one, because I always, I think in all Draco's fight, I always bet against him. And it's crazy how bad he is, but how he makes it work. It's crazy how he makes it work. Props to him. Man, I just need to congratulate him because even with a bad technique, bad game plan, like crazy style, he always makes it work, and he's winning. He's undefeated in the UFC, so he deserves the spot that he is right now. And looking forward, for sure, I'm just thinking about Jared. I don't want to be thinking about anything else, but looking forward to get this fight.
And there was a fun little middleweight appetizer at PFL for some UFC fighters in that. I wonder if you saw that video, what you thought of that.
These guys are crazy, I don't know if they were just like marketing or any shit like that, but I don't know, Yeah, no words actually. Like it's not my style, to go there and play around these stupid games and go there and try to fight or pretend to fight or actually fight outside the octagon and stuff like that. But because we're professionals, like we inspire a lot of people. I have my son here with me and everything. So this is not an example that I want to give people, that I want to give to the world. So definitely crazy guys, but they call attention. That's all.
And last question for me. I saw you were at CGI
Yeah.
last weekend. I'm curious what you thought of it.
It was an amazing event. I think Craig Jones is a marketing genius. He did awesome. I think it just made the sport grow. It was better for the sport. It was better for the athletes having ADCC and CGI together. And I think it was a great event. He made two new guys, two new millionaires. So it definitely changed lives of two families at least. But I think they deserve the sport. Grappling is getting a good spot in the combat sports, and yeah, definitely. And looking forward to competing in one of those.
Thank you.
I may be wrong, but I think this is the first time that the Fighting Nerds has headlined an event.
Yeah.
Do you really feel like this is the fight that's going to put the Fighting Nerds on the map, that people, if they don't know already, they'll really understand who the Fighting Nerds is right now?
Kind of. I think we're already on the map, I think everybody knows our condition and our quality. We've been doing good with not just me, but all the other guys. You just saw what Carlos Prates did against a tough opponent in the Saturday. You just see what Jean Silva did, what Bruno Brazil did with Molly McCann, with Rufy did in his debut, So definitely we're already on the map. We're already on the site of everybody. But definitely this main event is going to push us even higher, I think so.
And last one for me. A lot of people might look at Jared's age and think that maybe he's not as dangerous or as bad as he was earlier on. Do you still envision that he's as good as he's ever been?
I think so. I think he's still bad. He's still scary. He's still tough guy. He's still even more experienced guy. Let's see just how much he wants. That's the only thing that is on question on this fight. Because I know he's still dangerous. He still has power on his hand, but let's see just how much he wants. Thank you.
Kyle, what makes the Fighting Nerds so different from other gyms? Because, man, you guys are on a roll right now.
Man, I don't know. I think the teamwork. We have a lot of guys that work in the same thing with the same dream. Like all the coaches, all the managers, all the strength conditioning coaches, nutritionists, doctors. We work together as one. So there's no ego involved in our team. And I think a good philosophy for the team. Everybody that comes into the team knows how to behave inside the octagon and outside the octagon. They know the style of the Fighting Nerds too. The fighting style that we have, it's almost always the same. Calm, collected. Distance control. So everybody that comes in, they already know what to work on. And we approach this job in a different way. Like we study not only trading punches. We study all the other aspects of the game, and the results are there for people to see.
The top of the middleweight division is getting very crowded, and there's a case for everyone up there to get a next title shot. Who do you think should get it next? Obviously, Dana thinks Sean should get it. Dreykus thinks Robert Whittaker should get it. There's Hamzat if he beats Robert Whittaker. Like, what are your thoughts on it?
If I'm being honest, I think Brandon Allen is one of the guys that deserves the shot because he's, I think, 7 or 8 straight victories, straight wins. He was supposed to fight a top 5 guy in his last fight. The guy got injured, and then he took a fight against Curtis that was number 15, so he took a lot of risk on that. I think he's doing a great job inside the octagon. I think he just needs to do a better job outside the octagon, when marketing and all this stuff, social media and all this stuff. And he did with Vettori, So definitely, I think he's the guy that really deserved that. I think Sean deserved that too because he already faced Adesanya, won Adesanya. He already faced Dricus, and I think he won that fight. So I think he deserves a rematch too. So I think these are the two guys that deserve the most, And me, after a great win against Cannonier, I'm gonna prove that I can be the next contender. And the mantra of the fight against Paul Craig was that I was going to knock him out, and I did it. And the mantra on this fight is that I'm going to show everyone the new champ arrived.
And finally, for me, what do you think Israel Adesanya should do after his loss to DDP? Do you think you should fight him next after Jared? Do you think he should take a step back? Like, what do you think he should do?
Adesanya was very dominating guy in his age. In his time when he was a champion, he's very good. He's still very good, very great striking and everything. I don't know if he can take like he needs to take me after the fight or anything like that. I don't know if he's gonna want to do this kind of fights, or if he wants to go and do super fights or any other thing like that. If he's gonna retire or not, he said he's not going, but I don't think he's fighting soon. So let's see what the futures holds for him. I have a lot of respect for him. He inspired me a lot when he was a champion. I was just an upcoming guy, but if the time comes to fight him, I'm ready. Thank you.
Thank you, bud, for taking the time.
Yeah.
We see you so much, whether it be in the cage or out, and I've seen you at Apex plenty of times, but now that you're that guy on that poster and you're going to just get so much more attraction to your brand, what was the reaction like initially when you talked to the manager, whomever, and said, okay, here's the contract, but look who's at the top of it?
Man, it was a crazy reaction. I was with my father and my grandfather on my side, and my manager, Ivan Jatoba, he called me and said, Caio, he called me Caio, main event against Jared Cannonier. I was like, fuck yeah, man, like we asked it and we received, like I think it's the spot that I deserve to be in, all the time that when I was the co-main event and doing fight here in the Apex and everything, I was always the guy with most interviews, with most media things inside the whole event, even more than the main event. So I think it's the spot that I deserve. I always wanted to be in this spot, and now it's just everything coming to reality. I was just happy as fuck. Like this is what we need.
So with that being said, it obviously feels like everything is on track. Besides baby being born and that feeling of, like being a father now, how great is it that the UFC recognizes your hard work? And they're like, you know what, this is the guy that we can call to put on a main event on ESPN Plus, and he will deliver.
It's good. It's good, man. It feels good, like now I'm in a different part of my life being a father. He's here with me. He's sleeping over there. And the most important thing of my life right now, everything that I do is for him and my family, So I'm not just a young guy that just came to the UFC and trying to do things, Now I have a family to fulfill, have a family to feed, I have all people that inspires on me, and definitely a lot more responsibility, but definitely the place that I want to be, I want to inspire people, I want to keep doing this, and I think the UFC put me in the spot to keep doing what I'm doing, So definitely feel grateful and thankful for the UFC to believe me like that and to put me in this position, and I'm going to make it all worth it, I'm going to deliver.
That's awesome, man. What a crazy 2024, the family growing, being the main event. How was it like getting ready for this main event, to acclimate to the 25 minutes? Any specific sparring partners for Jared? Someone who could be explosive, if need be, just can be a great wrestler, grappler, like just getting, everything fine-tuned for him.
Like it was a crazy camp actually, because I got this fight 2 days before I fly to Manchester to corner Bruna Brazil in her fight against Molly McCann. And then I knew that I needed to be training there, and I was already training 3 or 4 weeks prior to that, So after that, I went to Manchester with her. I trained her, and I was doing my training too. I brought a partner there, so definitely I was preparing myself, doing everything that I needed to do. Then after that, I came straight to Vegas. So I've been here for the past 3 weeks with my team. So I bring everybody. We got a big Airbnb. The block asset got to me, and so we got a big Airbnb, and it was definitely a hard camp. It was definitely a camp that pushed me a lot, I needed to dig through, dig deep, in this training camp because it's 5 rounds, and I don't want just to go there and fight 5 rounds. I wanted to push up the pace 5 rounds. I'm gonna make the pace high. I want to get Jared tired. So I needed to dig deep, but it was the best camp of my life. It's been the best weight cut of my life. I will be the bigger version of myself on Saturday. So bigger and better version of myself on Saturday. This guy is gonna see.
Excellent. Well, congrats on the opportunity.
Thank you.
And I wait to see you on Saturday.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.